Hey guys, this is Ed with Techvarium. With the substantial popularity of the Galaxy S9 Plus, which as of today is the most selling Android phone out there, some people on Craigslist and eBay want to trick other people into buying their fake junk phones by making the devices look almost identical to the real Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. These ripoff artists go so far as to fabricate the packaging, and those fake Galaxy S9 Plus phones can look very real to some of you. Now let's take a look at some of the differences and see if we can tell which one is real and which one is not. So as always, what we have in front of us are two boxes here. One of them is real and one of them is fake. If you've never seen one of these before, it's probably going to be really hard to tell. I will hint you into which one of them is real. This is the real one and this is the fake one. So the first sign that is evident here is the font. While the letter S is very similar, the number 9 is completely different. And also the color. The real S9 Plus is a little bit richer in its colors on the box and it just looks well made. You also have a sticker where it says made in Korea, and as we know that this is made in China, even though the box doesn't say so. So let's go ahead and open them one by one and take a look and see what's inside these boxes. They slide out and it feels very similar. We'll set them aside, and on the inside this is what you get. Very similar, very identical, and they are going to open in a very similar fashion. So it's a flip up just like that. What you will see in the fake one, you immediately get to seeing the phone right there, while you do have a series of inserts in the real one. Now you do have a really nice looking SIM card removal tool in the real Galaxy S9 Plus, which is a fairly nicely shaped one. It's not as small as the one that comes with the iPhones, so it's not as easy to lose. We will not look at the inserts. And if we take this fake S9 Plus out of here, you will get a lot of junk in here. You're gonna get a screen protector, you're gonna have a bunch of stickers on it that I already took off, so we'll not spend time on that. And once we get to the actual contents of the box, like the chargers, the cords, and the speakers, they of course are going to look different, primarily in what they look like as far as quality. So on this fake S9 Plus, you get the charger, which is white. In this generation of Galaxies, they're black, so this is what you should expect out of a real S9 Plus, which is on the right. Then this is something you only get with a real S9 Plus. This is a converter from the reversible Type-C USB connector into a USB 3.0, which is great because it means you can actually plug in a regular USB flash drive into your S9 Plus. Of course, only if it's real. And then you have very nice quality speakers here, or headphones rather, and you have these really cheap ass speakers here that are also white. And I've tested these before from other fake phones. They're not worth a penny. And of course you get the cord. But more interestingly, what do the phones look like? Let's compare phones side by side and see if we can tell the difference while just looking at them. So the build is fairly solid on both of them. Now it does appear that the real S9 Plus is just slightly thinner and a little bit lighter. So the S9 Plus that is fake is a little bit heavier. If we look at the back cover, this is the original gold by Samsung. This is the fake gold. And also look at the font and the things that are on the bottom of the screen. So essentially, all the signage right there, you don't have it on the real one. One of the other things that I did want to mention to you, when you look at the frame of the phone, it will have a little, almost like a recess, but it's actually a sticker which says Qualcomm 4G. So I'm not even sure what this has to offer as far as connectivity. The SIM card tray is not flush with the body, so it wasn't built as well. This is very solid. So just wanted to mention that could be one of the signs that you're looking at a fake device. Alright guys, so it's time that we turn them on right now. We can see how long it'll take for each and one of these to turn on. I pushed the buttons as simultaneously as I could. You can see the slight font differences and also the location of the logo. This is real. As a reminder, this is fake. So take a look and see at the differences. And that's what we get. So it actually takes our real one a little bit longer to boot. I'm not sure why that is, because usually that happens backwards. And we're starting the Android and it starts talking to you. So the Google Assistant is immediately kicking in, offering you help. So we're going to quickly go through the setup process to make sure we can test them out and see how they operate. I will point your attention to the difference in the color temperatures of the screens. The real one is actually a lot more vivid, and it just looks better all around. I just want to pause for a second as I connected the Galaxy S9 Plus by Samsung to my Wi-Fi network. Look at the fake one over here. Right off the bat, right out of the box, it says China Standard Time, so it's asking you to set the time. This is another sign. So my advice to you is that if you're actually getting a phone from somebody on Craigslist or eBay, make sure that you reset it and go through the setup process, because there's a high chance and there's a high likelihood this can actually pop up during the setup process. And now the first thing that the real S9 Plus does is that it's trying to check for updates. This would not even ask me to connect it to a Wi-Fi network. Alright, and now that they're fully set up, we're getting some sort of message on the real S9 Plus. Didn't get a chance to read it, but this is what your home screen is going to look like on a real S9 Plus straight out of the box. And again, once you're looking at one of these when you're trying to get it from somebody, make sure that you reset it so you'll have something to refer to, like this video, so you can always pull it up and just compare them side by side. The home screen color will certainly differ depending on the variant that you get, not the memory, but the actual color. So this is the gold by Samsung. And then we can look at the differences in the layout as well. So the first and the foremost are obviously how the icons are arranged. So by default, you can see it on your screens right now, messages and the phone icon. Not only the colors are different, but also how they're arranged on the screen. Definitely the icon size that you can see on the desktop, they're slightly smaller on the real S9 Plus. It's absolutely obvious that the screen temperature, color temperature is completely different, and also the screen quality. If you look at the real S9 Plus, it does appear as if the icons are literally sitting at the top of the screen, and this is very dim when you start looking at this at an angle. So that's another sign for you that this is a fake S9 Plus. That's a real one. Don't go for this. And for your convenience, I turned down the brightness just a little bit so you can easily see what the About section of the operating system will have to offer you, but you're getting all sorts of serial numbers. This is the Android version number 7. Now, on the real phone, if we look at the software version, we are actually getting Android version 8, and there's a Samsung Experience version number 9, which is what I was telling you about, that this operating system is actually tailored for Samsung phones, so they have additional apps that are pre-installed, and this version of Android is essentially made to work a little bit better with the hardware that this phone has. Some interesting options for the battery setup section in the operating system. Again, looks completely different. Just remember, you're not getting a graph with 2 axes on the real phone. You're actually just getting a percentage, which in my opinion, this is really worthless for everyday usage. And there are some really great apps out there that will give you some detailed information as to how your battery is operating. Now, I do believe the manufacturer of this fake S9 Plus that it does have 128 gigabytes, because nowadays memory is getting a lot less expensive, so you might as well give your customers what they're trying to get. Of course, they're not getting a real S9 Plus, but at least they're getting the amount of memory they paid for. This is actually a 64. That's a S9 Plus. Now, as I like to use the camera cover, I'm gonna try to see how the cameras work, and I bet you the real one is gonna work a lot faster, of course, because this phone will work without virtually any delay, and you can take pictures fairly quickly, of course, and there's a major delay. So not surprised, this is not the worst I've seen, this is not the best either, but again, this is a fake S9 Plus, and the fluidity of the camera interface is something you should certainly look out for when you're looking at one of these phones when you're trying to buy it from someone. Now, interestingly enough, with the screen completely turned off, this has a bit of a bluish tint, so that is not supposed to be happening. You're supposed to look completely black, which is, it really does on the real S9 Plus. And if I put them side by side, you could actually probably tell even over YouTube on your computer screens or your iPads or some other tablet or your cell phone, you can see the color difference. So, and I think of course that speaks to the quality of the screen and why this is so much more expensive. This was over this was actually almost $800 off the shelf unlocked. This was about $100 or $120, I think, straight from China. So, and this is what you get. Don't try to trick yourself. If you're going for a nice phone that will really allow you to have a great experience, get something that's an older Android. Get a Galaxy S7. It works amazingly well. You might have to reset it once in a while so it doesn't lag a lot, but again, at the same time, you're getting a far better experience that you would get out of this one. The last thing that I will show you is going to be how these phones turn off. So when you hold the power button down, this is what you're getting. And what you're getting is a power off screen, which looks very similar, but it doesn't look the same, and this is a lot dimmer at the same screen brightness. So if you are about to buy a Galaxy S9 Plus from someone, definitely take the time to follow these tips. Make sure you do this test, and if you have already bought a device recently, use this tip to tell whether your S9 Plus is a fake one or not. Alright guys, I just wanted to say that I really do hate fake devices, especially when they are being passed off as genuine. Now if you want to learn more about fake versus real phones, then please subscribe to my channel and share this video, as it would be greatly appreciated, as well as you may save a friend from wasting money on a fake phone. More videos are coming this week. If you like this video, then please hit that like button down below, and I will see you guys in my next aquarium video very soon.